Outfitters.
Yeah, Nick was my boss.
2004.
I used to come home from tour and like have to work in between tours, and Nick, I worked at Urban Outfitters in between a couple of tours, and Nick was my boss.
So let's go back to the starting place, and I believe in futures.
I'm Anthony.
I'm Nick. I play bass.
I sing. It actually started in there was a message board, like a Long Island scene message board thing in 2000, and some guys were trying to put together an all Long Island tribute to Operation Ivy, and a bunch of the guys in different bands. I was in a different band at the time, and everybody kind of was talking through that whole thread and decided to just try starting a band together. I think we'd all agree if our bodies could physically handle playing shows every day and being in the van, I think we would choose that.
Yeah.
It's a lot funner that way.
You get to see a little bit more of the country when you're in a van. We've done this summer a couple of weeks here and there in a van, and that was the biggest thing for me. It's just being able to like really look out the window
make
and
stops. Yeah, being awake during the traveling. The bus thing is just it lets us sleep more, lets us rest more.
Usually by the end of the first show, I'm more tired than no matter however way you slice it, any other show that I ever play, just because I realize I get up early because I'm still on my home routine.
We all live with our girlfriends who all have like regular jobs, so they get up early, and you kind of wind up like getting up with them when they're getting ready for work and stuff. And then you come on tour, and if you wake up at like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning on tour, you're going to be shot by the time you have to go on stage and like exert yourself. You know, you have to sleep late. Sometimes we call cities by the food that we're going to eat when we get there.
I know we'll be in Chicago next week, and sometimes we go to a place called Exit there.
Go to Primanti's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Cheesesteaks in Philly, obviously.
Once you get down into Florida, I really love Mexican food, and there's a place called Tijuana Flats.
I think I go to Swingers just about every time I'm in LA. Somehow we wind up there. It's like far from my favorite place to eat, but for some reason we always
always
wind up
24 hours,
there.
right? Or at
yeah,
least
it's
late,
like pretty
so that
centrally
helps.
located. It's easy to get to. It's 24 hours.
With this new album, I think we wrote and had the mindset of these songs being played live a lot, and there isn't much necessarily that we change from the album to the stage now, because we wrote with a specific mindset and really had them under the microscope to make sure that they would be good to be performed on stage, and we wouldn't have to really speed up or slow things down or change parts to have an effect. So it feels really good to, when you're on stage, to be playing, exactly what you did in the studio. It's kind of cool.
We spent like an entire year on the record between writing and demoing and recording it, which is so different than any other record we've ever done. Everything else has been very rushed, and we write it on tour, and we don't have time to like really rethink anything. I think any band can say that. Just about any band can listen to one of their records and a year later or 2 years later, and there's something they would have changed about it. So having all that time to like really think about the songs and rework them, rewrite them, really gave us a chance to make sure everything was perfect. Our goal has always been to be pretty ambitious in our music and try to stretch like punk rock as far as it can go, and that kind of stuff just takes time. Because there's so many records that were recorded in like a day. That are like legendary albums. But I just don't think that's really I don't think that works for us. We really found our sound a long time ago. Like we found what Bayside sounds like, and we don't want to like deviate from that. We just want to get better at it, So we just want to like kind of figure out we're constantly trying to figure out what the best version of Bayside is.
I'm looking forward to, we haven't actually played it yet, but the title track, Killing Time.
Wrong Way from the new record is becoming one of my favorite live songs. But then, like, it's always fun to play Devotion and Desire and like kind of the most popular songs we have. We come on tour at this point. We go on tour to play music, and that's it. It's not the top priority. It's the only priority. You know what I mean? So if staying up late, partying, like being loud, anything that'll affect you the next day when you have to get on stage is like not an option. You know what I mean? If you wanted to do that, we could all just be sitting in our houses with our families and our friends. You know what I mean? Like we're out here making the sacrifice that there is to be in a band. You know, like for music. So to do anything that gets in the way of that is stupid. I think when we were younger, I mean, for one, our home situations were different. You know, when we were younger, we didn't we didn't have homes, for one thing. We didn't have homes, we didn't have any money, we didn't have girlfriends. So tour was like, you know, the best part of the day every day was playing the show, but at the same time it was like just, it was vacation, you know what I mean? It was like getting out of your hometown, seeing the world, having fun, making friends, you know? And at this point I think it's really become about like the show, you know, that's why we're here to play shows.